Here is my review for the IWI Jericho 2. I think it's also called the Jericho Enhanced. Didn't see any of these, so thought I would do one. All right, so first up here is the gun. Just for disclosure, I got this for free. I did not buy it, but I picked it up off a prize table a couple of years back. And I've been messing around with it the last couple of years, so wanted to, I guess, talk about it. So first up, pretty standard 17-round magazines. This thing's based on, I believe, the Tang Folio copy of the CZ75, so should take those same mags, a lot of the same controls, just built out of polymer. The sights are just your standard 3 white dots. Next up is the safety. It is, placement-wise, pretty much exactly like the CZ75, but it's significantly larger, and I don't really like it because it gets in my way. I think certain people would find it pretty useful as like a gas pedal, but for me, it just gets in the way and honestly kind of bugs me. Trigger's actually pretty decent, but being a double action, you're going to have to learn that original trigger pull before the hammer's cocked down. I feel like the zero for this thing is like 25 to 35 meters. Anytime I'm shooting anywhere closer than that, it seems really low compared to like a Glock or some other guns. Nothing wrong with that, just good to know. On the flip of that, that actually makes it pretty easy to shoot it at some distance. The lower slide mass on this is interesting too. As someone who shoots primarily Glocks, it does feel like it has a lot softer recoil, and I've had a few newer shooters try it, and they would agree, and I think they find it, I guess, like less scary than maybe a Glock 17. Outside of that, the gun really isn't, I guess, too different from like a polymer CZ75 type setup. It's the same Mech-Gar magazines. I think it even takes a lot of the same parts. I was digging through Cajun Gunworks website, and it looks like there's actually a lot of cross similarity between like the Tang Folio and the 75. I find the grips on it pretty comfortable too. These are the medium back straps. It comes with a small and a large, but I think the mediums worked for pretty much everybody that I've let try this, so that's what's on there, and I think that's what's staying on it. It's also worth noting how giant the upper part of the frame is. It's pretty massive. It's including the Picatinny rail, it's almost as big as a Glock frame is, including the slide. I think that's a carryover from the originals. I believe when it first came out, they kind of styled it to be like a baby Desert Eagle. So I think just as time has evolved, that's just kind of the look that they've kept. The Legacy Jericho, which is, I think it's called the 941, actually is pretty interesting to me. It's all steel construction, so would love to check one of those out soon if I can. The mag release is a little small, but when you press it with the all metal Mech-Gar magazines, they do fly out of there pretty nicely, but wish the button was a little bigger. Overall, I don't know if I'd necessarily go out of my way to get one of these and kind of build out a whole setup based on it. There's obviously no optic cut on it, and holster compatibility is pretty all over. So I think it's cool to have, and I like shooting it, but it just, for what I'm doing with USPSA and home defense type situations, it's just, I guess, not quite as interesting to me. But if you have a few other guns, have at it.